Where we are, it is hot and dry in the summer.
Yeah.
It stops raining in April. It does not usually rain again until November.
Yeah.
So water is water is critical where we
Mhm.
are. And one of the things that we are still figuring out is how we reduce our tillage
Mm.
um, while still protecting our crop from competition with weeds and other things that are going
Right.
to further reduce the water resources.
Mhm.
Um, and further complicating that is that often when you don't till, you're leaving this permanent cover for burrowing rodents like
Yeah.
gophers and ground squirrels.
Yeah.
So we know. I mean, we try not to change everything without a kind of a test period where we can evaluate the results. But we know from neighbors who kind of precipitously just decided to go no-till in
Mhm.
blocks that they have lost significant numbers of vines to the competition from the plants and
Mhm.
competition from the rodents. So I would say that the tilling piece has been the one that we've offered the most feedback to the Regenerative Organic Alliance because a lot of the studies that have been done on no-till farming have been done in places like Virginia, where
Yeah.
it's wet and
Yeah.
you don't like you have the extra ground cover is actually probably helping you concentrate your grapes if you're growing grapes, but it's not
Mhm.
necessarily the same issues that we're dealing with out here.
Are you guys irrigating at all to get some water, or is it all dry farmed, or
So about half of our vineyard is planted relatively closely spaced on trellis with irrigation lines. We
okay.
have tried to wean those blocks off of irrigation, and we've gotten to the
Mhm.
point where now that the vines are 25, 30 years old, if we get good rain the winter before and we don't have too extreme a summer, we can go an entire season without irrigating at all.
Okay.
But um, the other half of the vineyard block, the other half of our vineyard acreage is much more widely spaced
Mhm.
and head trained, so no trellises, and that's planted without any irrigation infrastructure. And those we
Mhm.
only irrigate for the first couple of years in order to get the roots down just through that topsoil down into the limestone
Mhm.
layers where there's more moisture. And that we do either by laying temporary irrigation lines just that are gravity fed from a tank, or in many cases, just by using these 5-gallon plastic buckets with a hole drilled in the bottom that we fill with a water truck twice.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
not very high tech, but the yeah, so we can irrigate about half the vineyard. We try not to, but if there's multiple years of drought or if we have a big heat spike coming at a critical period, we will give the vines some water in order to keep them going. We're not going
Yeah.
to dry farm them just to prove a philosophical point and kill the vines or lose a crop because of it.
Yeah. Has the animal integration helped with any of those things that you've kinda just taken us through, or has it made it harder? What has
I
that
think
been
it's helped
like?
with everything, honestly.
Yeah.
Because what you're doing, we got our first flock of sheep, small flock of sheep in 2012, and by 2016, it was big enough that we were 150 sheep. We had to hire a shepherd
Wow.
to run
Yeah.
the animal program. Um, so there are a whole bunch of benefits of integrating grazing animals into
Yeah.
a perennial crop like grapevines. I mean, you are returning a huge amount of nutrients to the soil. You are seeding the soil with all these healthy microbes that live in the sheep's stomachs year round. Um, and your additional organic matter in the soil also allows the soil to hold more moisture. So you have the benefits in terms of water retention as well as
Right.
the benefits in terms of fertility and soil microbiology.